So let's just have a look at different definitions of timestamps in different systems and operating systems. For instance, in Windows, as you see, I just took it from Stack Overflow. Someone showed that actually the smallest accepted Unix timestamp by Windows is 2nd of January 1970, which is 86,400. So if when you are uh, when you are dealing with different operating systems and stuff, you need to care about this part as well. So we see this datetime. Datetime is actually a structured way of talking about date and time, and it gets like all these arguments, 6 arguments, and makes this date type object. The function it's not a function actually; it's a method of date type class. Time tuple gives you something like something called structured time, which has all this information of the time and date in a structured format, like year, month, which day of month, hour, minute, second, weekday, year day. For instance, this 1st of May 2018 is the 121st day of the year and stuff like this. If you want to convert time tuple to timestamp again, you have the function make time, mk time, to convert the time tuple back to timestamp. If I, for instance, do this conversion and then add all these 21 hours and 40 minutes and 1 second, I go back to the initial number we had for the beginning, for the previous example. Let's see the conversion between ordinal numbers and datetime objects, okay? Datetime has the function time, which actually it's a class, gets year, month, and day, and makes a date, not a date time, but date. This date can be converted to the routine to the ordinal number by routine to ordinal, and as you see, this is the date object corresponding to the first day of first month of first year, and the ordinal is 1. Okay, and if I want to do the inverse conversion, I have the function from ordinal, which gets the ordinal and gives back the date object or date time object. If we talk about this previous date that we talked already in previous example, 2nd of May 2018, the 2 ordinal will be 736,816. And the beginning of the timestamp, as we saw, 1st of January 1970, has the ordinal of 719,000 something. I'm just giving you some examples. Then you can actually later on open your Python notebook and play with this stuff. So let's see the conversion between raw string and datetime object. strf time is actually converting a date time to a string. Okay, so strf time gets different arguments according to what you want to extract from the date time, and it gives you back these things. For instance, 2nd of May 2018, strf time of placeholder year gives you 2018. If we talk about month, we need to use lowercase h. It gives you the month and the name of the month actually, and lowercase m gives you the number of the month and stuff like that. All the list of these keywords are accessible in the documentation of this date time module. strp time does the inverse convention. It actually gets the string and gets the structure of how to read this string and gives back the date time. For instance, you say string 13 space November space 1998, and then you put your placeholders in a way that it understands how to deal with this string, and it actually gives back the data object of 30th of November. And it actually works also not only with 1998 but also with 98, as you see. Just the Y in this placeholder, which is about uh, which talks about the year, is changed from capital to lowercase. If you don't actually care about the structure of the string, then you get error. For instance, we have 30 dash November dash 98, but the placeholders doesn't have this dash and have a space between them. So it actually gives a value error which says I don't understand the format, or they don't match each other. But if, and then when you actually add this dash between these placeholders, you get the right date time. The last but not the least is the missing value imputation in temporal data. In time series terminology, sometimes you see the word interpolation, meaning the imputation of missing values. In practice, for small missing sequences, a linear approximation usually works. For longer sequences, you can ignore the missing segment, or you can use sophisticated time series prediction methods like equal-state neural networks and stuff like that, according to the task and the data and the project you are dealing with.